Nelly Korda silences critics with strong comeback and emotional reunion at Aramco Championship. After months of scrutiny and debate surrounding her schedule choices, Nelly Korda has delivered a powerful response, not through words alone, but with her performance on the golf course. Sitting tied for second place at the Aramco Championship after rounds of 68, 74, and 69, the world number 2 is proving that her decisions were not only intentional but effective. Korda's absence from the entire 2026 Asian swing raised eyebrows across the golf world. Critics questioned why one of the sport's biggest stars would skip a series of high-profile events, including tournaments with significant prize purses and strong fields. But for Korda, the decision was never about avoiding competition, it was about preserving her body, sharpening her game, and preparing for what lies ahead. In her own words, the 6-week break she took was far from a vacation. While many assumed she had stepped away completely, Korda revealed that she only took a few days off from training. The rest of the time was spent working on her physical conditioning and refining her golf skills. More importantly, she emphasized her focus on the mental side of the game, learning to stay composed, avoid frustration, and handle pressure more effectively. This mental resilience has already begun to show in her performances. At the Fortinet Founders Cup, Korda demonstrated both her brilliance and her vulnerability. After an early bogey on the second hole, she responded in spectacular fashion, recording 6 birdies in just 8 holes to climb into contention. For a moment, it seemed like she might take control of the tournament. However, the momentum didn't last. A quiet back 9 and costly mistakes on the closing holes ultimately derailed her chances of victory. Reflecting on that round, Korda admitted that while her front 9 was exceptional, she struggled to maintain the same level of consistency down the stretch. A critical error on the 17th hole proved especially painful, followed by another mistake on the 18th. Despite the disappointment, her response was measured and mature, acknowledging that setbacks are simply part of the game. That ability to reset mentally is one of Korda's greatest strengths, and it has been evident throughout her career. One of the most memorable examples came at the Fir Hills Seri Pak Championship in March 2024. Korda entered the final stretch with a chance to win but stumbled with bogeys on the last 2 holes, allowing her competitor to force a playoff. Many players would have crumbled under such circumstances, but Korda approached the playoff with a fresh mindset. After a brief conversation with her coach, she returned to the course with renewed focus and composure, and ultimately secured the victory. It marked her 10th LPGA title and reinforced her reputation as one of the most mentally tough players in the game. Fast forward to 2026, and that same resilience is on display once again. Her decision to skip the Asian swing meant missing several prestigious tournaments, including the Honda LPGA Thailand, the HSBC Women's World Championship, and the Blue Bay LPGA. The absence was particularly notable given the stature of these events. The HSBC Women's World Championship alone features a multi-million-dollar purse and regularly attracts the best players in the world. Not everyone supported her choice. Among the critics was Scottish professional Richie Ramsey, who publicly expressed disappointment. He suggested that at 27, often considered the peak of an athlete's career, players should be maximizing opportunities rather than stepping away from competition. However, Korda's situation is far more complex than it may appear on the surface. Over the past few years, she has dealt with a series of health challenges that have tested both her physical and mental limits. In 2022, she suffered a blood clot in her arm, a serious condition that required careful management. In 2024, she experienced a dog bite that sidelined her temporarily. Throughout 2025, recurring neck spasms and migraines further disrupted her schedule, forcing her to withdraw from events, including the International Crown in South Korea. These are not minor inconveniences, they are significant health concerns that require thoughtful planning and recovery. For Korda, skipping tournaments was not about avoiding competition, it was about ensuring longevity in her career and maintaining peak performance when it matters most, and so far, the results speak for themselves. In 2026, Korda has already secured a victory at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. She has also finished runner-up at both the Fortinet Founders Cup and the Ford Championship. Statistically, she leads the LPGA Tour in strokes gained, total, highlighting her consistency and overall excellence. These achievements validate her approach. Rather than overextending herself with a packed schedule, she has chosen quality over quantity, focusing on preparation, recovery, and performance. While her on-course success has answered many critics, the Aramco Championship has also provided a more personal and emotional highlight for Korda. For the first time in nearly 5 years, she shared the fairways with her sister, Jessica Korda, during the opening round. The reunion was a special moment for both players, who have spent much of their careers competing alongside each other. Jessica later shared a photo of the two embracing, expressing her gratitude for the experience. Nelly echoed the sentiment, describing it as a moment that created lifelong memories. It was a reminder that beyond the competition, golf is also about relationships, shared experiences, and personal connections. The reunion carried added significance given Jessica's recent journey. After stepping away from regular competition due to a long-term back injury, Jessica has been working her way back onto the LPGA Tour. In addition to her recovery, she also embraced a new chapter in her life, becoming a mother in February 2024. Balancing professional golf with motherhood is no easy task, making her return to competition all the more inspiring. At the Aramco Championship, Jessica's performance placed her further down the leaderboard compared to her sister. However, the rankings seemed secondary to the experience of playing together again. For both sisters, the opportunity to share the course outweighed the importance of scores and standings. The Korda sisters have a rich history together on the LPGA Tour. Since 2013, they have competed in nearly 100 events side by side. In 2019, they made history by becoming the first sisters to represent their team together at the Solheim Cup, one of the most prestigious events in women's golf. Their bond, both on and off the course, has been a defining aspect of their careers. This latest reunion serves as a reminder of that connection. It also highlights a lesser discussed aspect of professional golf, the loneliness that can come with life on tour. Earlier in 2026, Nelly opened up about the challenges of constant travel and the sense of isolation that players often experience. Despite the glamour and success associated with the sport, the reality can be demanding and emotionally taxing. Having her sister by her side, even for a single event, provided a sense of comfort and familiarity that is rare in such a competitive environment. As the final round of the Aramco Championship approaches, Korda remains firmly in contention. Her performance so far reflects not only her skill but also her resilience and determination. Each round has shown her ability to adapt, recover, and stay focused, qualities that define great champions. More importantly, her journey over the past few months sends a powerful message. In an era where athletes are often expected to compete relentlessly and prioritize results above all else, Korda's approach stands out. She has chosen to listen to her body, prioritize her health, and invest in her long-term success. While this may invite criticism in the short term, it ultimately positions her for sustained excellence. Her story is not just about golf, it is about balance, self-awareness, and the courage to make difficult decisions in the face of public scrutiny. Whether she goes on to win the Aramco Championship or not, one thing is clear: Nelly Korda has already made a statement. Through her performances, her resilience, and her unwavering belief in her process, she has shown that success is not defined by the number of tournaments played, but by the quality of preparation and the strength of mindset. And as she continues her season, she does so not only as one of the best players in the world, but as an athlete who is redefining what it means to compete at the highest level.